public item. It is the Street Resurfacing Program 2025. So I guess that's probably over to you, Director Buckingham.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, we prepared a preliminary management report outlining the roads we plan to pave on both the north and south side of the river in 2 separate contracts for 2025. We took into consideration the potential closure of the Centennial Bridge, and that was a key contributor in a lot of our decisions for recommendations this year. We have eight roads on the north side, or 9, sorry, that are going to have some rehabilitation, and 6 on the south side. A lot of the options that are going to be deferred until the following year or 2 some of them had to do with the potential bridge closure. We wanted to avoid closing or adding any extra delays in some of the main roads in Newcastle and between the bridges in the south side of the river and between Chatham and Chatham Head. And we also wanted to avoid as much congestion as we can on the King George Highway with trucks going to and from Douglastown from Newcastle, which is where both of the local contractors would be coming from. So we've made some strategic decisions on which roads we picked. We worked with Public Works and came up with this list, and I'd be happy to answer any questions from anybody.
Yeah, I guess maybe just from the chair regarding, we know that, and it's appreciated, that the criteria for choosing the streets is shared every year, and it's generally the same. This year, adding in the criteria of anticipating a bridge closure, a full bridge closure. I guess maybe, can you just elaborate, Director Buckingham, and how does that impact the decision? So are you avoiding streets that may be used as sort of detour routes, or?
To the chair, yeah, that's exactly what we do. We've had reports in the past provided by consultants of recommendations during a bridge closure, and some of those recommendations include avoiding heavy construction or any sort of construction on main roads that are used for through traffic in the downtown centers, and that would be a key contributor in this year's list and for years to come if the bridge does close again. So,
great, thank you. Oh, did Councillor King? Yeah.
Very good, you want a cookie. On the streets, Mark, how do you go and listen to your streets? What do you take, the worst, or? The reason I'm asking is because I know there's only enough money, there's not enough money to go around, I understand that. But I've been asking for the bottom of McIntyre Street now for quite a while, and nothing been done. There's a beautiful apartment building being built down there now, and from right where the train tracks used to go through, from there down, it's terrible. I'm just wondering if there's any way we can get at that sometime in the near future.
Through the chair to Councillor King, one of the key factors we look into, which would actually apply to Macintosh's underground infrastructure and the age, if we have it in the upcoming plans to replace underground, we don't want to do asphalt rehab, which we'd end up ripping up within 5 years, and Macintosh is on the upcoming list, so that would be the reason why that is not on the list for asphalt rehab, but it would be something. It's along with the street condition isn't the only thing we look at. That is definitely a key contributor, but traffic volumes, I mean, as I said, the bridge closure, any maintenance cost, if there's some issues we've been having with the road, we get here from Public Works, and we work a lot of things into our decision making on which streets we pick.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship. To Director Buckingham, it's been on our target for a while here, and I think I know the answer, but I'd like to hear it from you. My God, I just gapped out on where the street is, where the skateboard park is. Help me out there.
Howard Street?
Howard, thank you. Yeah, Howard Street, by all metrics, Director Buckingham is, but I think it has to do with further development there, based on what you just said,
No,
Councillor King.
correct me if I'm wrong, Director Buckingham. Howard Street is planned for this year under a different program.
Okay, very good, very good. Thank you.
Yeah, just to clarify, through the chair to Deputy Mayor Quinn, from Howard from University to Henderson will be part of our underground replacement this year. But from Henderson over to King, that is underground that needs to be replaced in years to come. That won't be addressed this year.
Good, thank you for the reminder.
But that's
To
done,
your worship as
that
well.
was done, approved on the capital budget as a
Yeah.
significant project, because it had numerous components, and we'll have funding partnerships.
Thank you
So
for the refresher.
different, so that, I mean, it's a good note to the public that there will be additional paving done in the community this year outside of this program, but this is just the streets as part of this particular program, which is the bulk of it, but, yeah. Great. Well, seeing nothing further, this will come back at a future meeting, for consideration, and I guess Director Buckingham, if we did find out that the bridge will not close this year after all, would that affect your list?
It would depend on timing. We would bring the list back, preferably in the next couple of weeks, to get the design drawings prepped and the tender prepped. But if we found out that the bridge was not going to close, yes, we would go back and reevaluate and possibly move some streets around, add some, and remove some.
Okay, thanks. Well, I don't know, we don't necessarily need a motion to move that up, because it's gotta go up anyway, right, or?
Yeah, I believe it's the director's intention to take it to an upcoming meeting. I guess maybe we should look at, if nobody says keep it here, understanding that anything that comes here is on its way up, and instead of forcing a meeting. But yes,
Although, I mean, like, if the clerk, I don't mind calling a
Okay.
vote, but I understood that when stuff is tender related, like, it will come anyway.
the results will.
Oh, but we usually approve this list before.
Yes.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
all right, so in that case, I'll take a motion to move it up then. Councillor Ross Robinson, seconded by Councillor Summers. On the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries.